Hello and good evening. I am Storm Team 10 meteorologist Kanaya Mabry here for a quick weather look-in. For tonight at around 10 p.m., it's going to be cloudy and a bit chilly at 50-degree winds. They will be northwards at 7 miles per hour at around 2 a.m. It will still be cloudy and get colder at about 50 degrees with northward winds at 6 miles per hour. In the morning at 7 a.m., it will still be 50 degrees with southwards winds at 7 miles per hour. It should be sunny enough to get you going for your morning classes. Stay tuned for WTOP 10 Nightly News starting now.
Coming up, a new micron plant is opening in central New York and how officials and residents are reacting to this development.
Plus, more updates to Biden's student debt relief program.
And it's National Taco Day, where to get deals, and when the holiday began.
This is WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Sydney Selleck.
And I'm Logan Stolberg.
Logan, what'd you think of that new open?
It's a really good open. Michelle here does a really good job as well as everyone else in the studio, so keep up the good work, guys.
On to our top story. Political leaders announced plans today for Micron to build a computer chip plant in the town of Clay. The international technology company will invest $100 billion to build the 7.2 million square foot complex over the coming years. The government leaders involved in the negotiations say they have high expectations for the project, as it's projected to create 45,000 jobs in central New York.
For the last year, Onondaga County has been planning the plant's locations at 1,200-acre White Pine location Commerce Park, according to Onondaga County Executive Ryan McMahon, who says it's a prime location because of the proximity to a national grid's substation, water treatment facility, and other infrastructure.
Among the leaders reacting to the announcement, President Biden says this is another win for America, creating tens of thousands of jobs, building economy from the bottom up and middle out. Oswego Mayor Billy Barlow tweeted the reaction to the announcement today, thanking those who have made this project possible. And even here on campus, SUNY Oswego tweeted applauding the announcement, saying that they look forward to working with the new plant to further educational opportunities.
On the other hand, some locals are not on board with the idea of the new manufacturing plant. Clay resident Maris Rosenberg says he's not very happy with being forced out, but says he understands why government leaders are doing this. Onondaga County Executive Ryan McMahon plans on holding a series of meetings for Clay residents to discuss the issue. McMahon says he hopes to come up with a solution for the remaining residents.
Earlier this morning, students and staff at Mexico High School were alarmed over a threat of violence, according to an email sent out by Superintendent Dr. Donna Runner. The threat came out to be non-credible and no evidence was found. The school's administration still took necessary precautions to ensure the safety of students and staff and are directing further questions on the incident to the district office or a building principal.
The Oswego County Health Department is reporting that 521 residents have tested positive for COVID in the past week. The data collected includes 382 lab tests and 139 at-home lab tests. Local health officials for Oswego and Onondaga counties urging people to wear masks while indoors or while in a public setting.
After conducting a community needs survey this past summer, Oswego Health is preparing to open a third location for primary care services. Oswego Prime Care is set to open its doors to the public tomorrow, October 5th, at its new location on East Schuyler Street for its grand opening celebration.
Mayor Billy Barlow has announced the Oswego will host its third annual Creepy Crawl Halloween from October 27th to October 29th. The event will move from the east side of the city, and other activities will be moved to the East 1st Street. People can expect a Halloween-themed walkthrough at the Will, including that will include characters, props, decorations, and food, along with drinks.
Millions of Americans are continuing to celebrate after President Biden announced his plans to forgive student loan debt of up to $20,000 for eligible citizens. But what does this mean for current college students who are accumulating debt right now?
WTOP 10 reporter Kalista Karki tells us that current students with federal student loans are 100% eligible for the student loan forgiveness. They meet the criteria and needs.
Kyle Coleman is a senior at SUNY Oswego graduating this December. He is one of the 27 million Pell Grant recipients eligible for up to $20,000 in student loan forgiveness. If he gets the forgiveness, he will graduate from college debt-free.
But it's really awesome. It's a blessing. I'm very thankful for it. I'm definitely appreciative of it.
According to studentaid.gov, all students who receive their loans before July 2022 are eligible for this forgiveness, if they meet the income threshold. This applies to students who make less than $125,000 in individual income, as well as dependents whose parents have a collective annual income of less than $250,000. Roderick Andrews, the director of financial aid at SUNY Oswego, says that he is in favor of this plan.
It's an opportunity to take one of the biggest burdens that young people have off of their back.
However, he says that the government needs to come up with a more long-term solution for the student debt crisis.
Things like the Pell Grant haven't kept up with the increase in the cost of college, so we've seen students borrow more.
But for now, this debt cancellation comes as a huge sigh of relief for college students, which grants them with a fresh start to an adult life post-graduation. Clarissa Karki, WTOP 10.
Nearly 8 million borrowers whose income data is available to the U.S. Department of Education will automatically have their loans forgiven.
Other eligible borrowers can submit an application at studentaid.gov.
Students on the SUNY Oswego campus are walking right now to raise awareness for sexual assault. 2.5, the student organization hosting the event, called the Walk of Shame.
The walk kicked off this evening at the Murano Campus Center with a poster-making event. From there, students walked through the Heart Circle to Cayuga Hall with different performances at each stop. The walk will end tonight outside Oneida Hall, where the first reported sexual assault happened on campus.
Now, let's take a quick look with the weather with Storm Team 10 meteorologist Kanaya Mabry.
Kanaya, what do we have for the weather today?
Hello. Coming up, we have fall spring. Rain showers coming up, and then later we will have a nice weekend ahead. More weather after the break.
Kanaya, thank you. Coming up later tonight, Donald Trump is intervening with the Mar-a-Lago investigation.
And Australia has a new plan to deal with the extinction of their animals. Find out what it is after the break.
Athletics. Aaron, there are 6 big points. This is the one you've been waiting for. This group has never beaten Cortland.
Getting started with some men's soccer as the Lakers had 2 conference matchups.
For half of the Lakers' goals this entire season.
Offense is key. You talked all about scoring goals.
Welcome to Understood.org, a free online resource for parents of kids with learning and attention issues, with personalized recommendations, tools, and daily access to experts to help your child thrive. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
10 meteorologist Kanaya Mabry. Up next we have false spring. The sun is sticking around, rain returns, and we will have a nice weekend ahead. For tonight, as said, it's going to be chilly during 10 p.m. It's going to be colder at around 2 a.m. And down here, not sure if you can see, at 7 p.m. At 7 a.m. it's going to be a bit cold for your morning. Here we have the highs tonight. As you can see, the temperatures have been very much increasing. We are not seeing really what we would call winter or fall weather. You can see 56 degrees in Oswego, 48 in Rochester, 48 in Elmira, 46 in Binghamton. It's giving fall spring. For weather hazards to look out for, I know everyone's concerned about Hurricane Ian at the moment. Frost, we're looking pretty low. We should be concerned about some wind and some rains coming up maybe next week, and just something to be on the lookout for. Here is a very cool weather fact. On July 21st in 1983, in Antarctica, the coldest temperature ever recorded was negative 128 degrees Fahrenheit. Very chilly. Most humans cannot survive without proper clothing past temperatures like this. For tomorrow, coming up, it'll be 62 degrees, light winds, sunny. And then for later in the week, on Wednesday, tomorrow, 62 with a low of 49. It's going to be warmer and sunnier. On Thursday, there's 50% chance of rain at night. We'll have a high of 69, a low of 48. On Friday, we still see some of the remaining winds from Thursday, a 58 high, a 40 low. It'll be colder in the evening. For Saturday, it's going to be sunny, 54 degrees is a high, 46 low. And for Sunday, it'll be 57 degrees high and a 44 degree low. That is your weather. Back to the desk.
Former President Donald Trump goes to the Supreme Court over the seize of documents found at Mar-a-Lago. Trump asked the Supreme Court to intervene with the Department of Justice's review of the documents in a court filing. He wants the Supreme Court to vacate a ruling last week by the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, which allows the DOJ to use the documents in the criminal probe of Trump. Hurricane Ian's death toll is rising as crews in Florida intensify their search for survivors. As of Tuesday, at least 104 people have been killed in Florida, with 55 of them in Lee County alone.
Gloria Pazmino in Fort Myers Beach with a closer look at the search and recover efforts underway.
If you go any farther, you're waist deep, neck deep in water.
Looking for any signs of life, crews in Florida are going door to door, searching for survivors in communities wiped out by Hurricane Ian. Officials in hard-hit Lee County say additional state and federal assistance is pouring in.
We took such a catastrophic hit, but everybody wants to help.
Search and rescue teams say they're finding morbid scenes. The death toll rising to over 100 in Florida.
And those numbers could go up. I pray to God again that they don't. But until we go through the rubble, until we see exactly what we have, we're not certain who's missing and what those numbers will be.
Several island communities are still hard to reach. Priority is given to rescue teams looking for victims. Officials say homes in some decimated neighborhoods are unlivable, and destroyed bridges have cut off aid.
All those people are without, a lot of them lived on the boats. They have no home now.
Some people still don't know the whereabouts of their loved ones. Officials say it's unclear how many are still missing. And it could take several weeks to restore power to the hundreds of thousands of people still in the dark.
There were some places that were just devastated, and you're right, they will take probably a month or longer to restore in those areas.
In Fort Myers Beach, Florida, I'm Gloria Pazmino reporting.
Australia announced a 10-year plan to prevent more species of animals from dying out. Australia's plan says that 110 species will become the focus of the conservation efforts. 100 other countries, including the United States, have created the plan, which pledges to protect 30% of their land and 30% of the ocean by 2030. The plan has continued emphasis on actions that can most benefit the threatened species.
Coming up, we will take a look at the flight attendant protests and what's happening to settle the issue.
And how Airbnb is helping out hurricane victims in Florida, and all this more after the break.
Now it is time for Black Card Revoke. Like, what's this apology about now?
At least that's what I feel like. I don't know. I thought it was cute. You know?
I thought it was too.
Yeah. Okay, so what about this black lace ensemble? You did a little song.
Yeah, I see it.
You did a little something. Yes.
I'm gonna figure it out though. But it won't be
Breathe to the sway.
Yeah.
And I'm Donna. And this is the Sunset Show. Grab your low-rise jeans because we're taking it back to the 2000s. Let's go, girls. Uggs and low-rise jeans.
Together.
One of the boys. Boy.
Sorry, it's my agent. He told me that you're canceled.
Shebangy.
Welcome back to the Kind of Lake Show, where we talk about anything and everything going on in our lives and yours.
Well, my birthday was November 13th, so it's been quite some time.
I think at the end we saw who get up.
I did that.
It's a winner, and I did bring a sweater for everyone.
There you go!
I know your dreams.
You started the paper throwing, just the immaturity. You lost before you even argued. Pretty insane that the Clippers, 10 of the last 11 postseasons, they're in there.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. Here's your health and consumer report. As fall approaches, so does the next flu season. The flu, in addition with COVID, is expected to be even more intense this year. The two most recommended vaccines to get are an updated COVID-19 booster and a flu shot. If you stack vaccines, be sure to get enough rest afterwards. Health experts say it's important to start early so your body has time to build up a defense to the viruses.
An Airbnb is now offering free and discounted temporary housing to hurricane victims in Florida. The company will use $5 million to give shelter to people whose homes were lost or severely damaged during Hurricane Ian. Not only this, but the company is donating $250,000 to Florida's Disaster Relief Fund. Anyone who is looking for housing accommodations can go online to an Airbnb.com/Hurricane Ian Florida.
Flying by plane may have just become safer now after the Federal Aviation Administration unveiled a new rule for flight attendants.
Thomas Tellerino has the latest from the nation's capital.
This started in the late 80s as flight attendants were identifying the problems with fatigue.
Flight attendants flying fatigued, sometimes on back-to-back flights, all while being on the front lines in the skies.
Sometimes the flight attendants are the first person that a passenger sees when something goes wrong. We are the first person, after they pass through security, after they check their bags, we have to deal with the brunt of the frustration in airline travel right now.
Compensate us. Give us the rest that we need.
Now, the FAA has announced a new rule that extends the minimum mandated rest period for flight attendants from 9 to 10 consecutive hours between shifts when scheduled for a duty period of 14 hours or less.
Flight attendants had even fewer rest hours than pilots. I worked alongside them, traveled with them, and I can tell you firsthand that well-rested crew members are important to safety.
Despite the big win, airline activists say their fight is far from over.
We continue to make this one standard of safety and continue to press forward to ensure that this minimum rest is also applied for cargo pilots.
Today is National Taco Day. Starting in 2009, October 4th has been nationally recognized as the day of the taco. Food chains like Taco Bell, Del Taco, and Moe's Taco are offering special deals today just for the occasion. Whether you are a hard shell or soft shell type of person, we hope you all indulge in the Mexican delicacy tonight. Thomas Tellerino has everything you need to know for sports tonight.
Tommy, can you give us a quick preview?
Thanks, guys. When we come back, we take a look at which Oswego athletes were recognized this week, and we have some news on Dirt Week in Oswego. All this and more after the break.
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, a dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Here at WTOP, we pride ourselves on delivering you all the news you need to know from the day's events. Whether it's happened on Capitol Hill or right here in Oswego, we make sure you know all about it. We keep you up to date on all your favorite Oswego and professional sports.
And our Storm Team 10 meteorologists will make sure that you know exactly what weather you're up against when you start your day.
Every Monday through Thursday night, make sure to tune in to Channel 10.2 because at WTOP, we don't just tell you the news.
We are
We are the news.
We believe in patriotism. We believe in our country. For 100 years, veterans have been impacting our nation through the American Legion. Learn more at legion.org/webelieve.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Tommy Tellerino with your Tuesday night sports report. We start our report right here in Laker country. Last night, Oswego State Athletics announced that Casey Simser of field hockey and Ryan Fecko of men's golf were September's Athletes of the Month. Simser was on fire for the first month of the season, sitting at the top of the SUNYAC with points, shots, and shots on goal. As for Fecko, he had an unbelievable month on the links for the Lakers with 2 first-place finishes, 1 second-place finish, and 2 Empire 8 Golfer of the Week nominations. Congratulations to both these athletes. Let's take a look at some of the Laker games tomorrow night. The men's soccer team will host the Geneseo Knights under the lights at Laker Turf. The Lakers have won 2 in a row now with a 6-0 victory against Potsdam and a 2-1 win against Utica. They are looking to improve their record to 5-5-1 and get back to 500 in the SUNYAC. As for Geneseo, they're coming off a SUNYAC win against Oneonta and are coming into this one with a 7-3-1 record on the year. The action kicks off at 6 tomorrow night under the lights at Laker Turf. This is a game you don't want to miss. The women's soccer team is also taking on Geneseo tomorrow night, but they will hit the road and will be playing on the Knights' home turf. The Lakers are off to an incredible start with a 7-3-1 record, which is their best since 2017. With a win tomorrow night, it will be their first time they have reached a win, or 8 wins in 7 years. As for the Knights, they come into this one on fire with a 5-match win streak and a record of 6-3-1 on the year. This is a crucial game for both teams with a chance at 3rd place for Oswego in the SUNYAC and 2nd place for Geneseo. Super Dirt Week is returning to Oswego. Our reporter Jared Wakefield is live in the office with more. Jared?
Well, Tommy, fall brings many things in Oswego. Colder temperatures,
colorful leaves, and big block modifieds. Super Dirt Week is here, and a loyal legion of race fans are ready to descend on the city of Oswego. For the 6th time in its history, the Steel Palace is becoming the Clay Palace. Oswego Speedway will once again play host to Super Dirt Week, one of the largest racing events in upstate New York. Super Dirt Week 2022 will be even bigger than last year, as this year marks the 50th anniversary of what many call racing's biggest party. Work on the track began on September 14th with the first of many truckloads of clay going down. The once paved racing surface is now a sea of dirt that track crews are preparing for racing action. Practice starts on Wednesday, with qualifying races taking place Thursday and Friday. Saturday features the Salute to the Troops 150 for the Dirt Car 358 Modifieds, an appetizer for Sunday's Billy Whitaker Cars and Trucks 200 for the Super Dirt Car Series Big Block Modifieds. The winner of Sunday's event will earn $50,000 and a place in history in one of the season's most anticipated events.
The best dirt modifieds in the country that they get to watch, sliding all over the place. This is dirt racing. This isn't asphalt racing. We don't follow the leader.
Super Dirt Week is more than just high-stakes racing action, with improvements made to the fan experience. Campgrounds at the Speedway, which have been plagued by mud in years past, are now ready to go with extensive upgrades. This year's off-track events include a live talk show at the track, DJs and bands at the island stage, and more.
Expect racing. Don't expect just racing. This is an event that, I think the mayor said it best. We put together a city within the city, and in most cases triple the population when Dirt Week is here. But our focus is not just the racing.
This year's running of Super Dirt Week features a new opportunity for SUNY Oswego students to get into the racetrack. For Thursday and Friday's qualifying races, students will only need to pay $10 for admission. For more information, visit superdirtweek.com. Jared Wakefield for WTOP 10. Guys, back to the desk.
Thank you, Jared. Now, National Taco Day. What are our favorite tacos here in the studio?
I mean, I gotta go with a hard taco, but I still like soft tacos, though.
All right.
Soft tacos for the win.
Soft tacos have my heart, definitely.
I'm also a soft shell guy.
Awesome. All right, well, that's our report for tonight. Be sure to stay tuned for the series premiere of Late Night.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie, nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.